What's up, everyone? Welcome to Barstool Breakdown. Today is Sunday, January 28th, and we got a great show for you today. We're going to be doing the top three. We're going to get you with the beast, the least, the beef, and the comment of the week. It's not Nate Fridays. This is Barstool Breakdown. Let's get it.
Get sturdy as fuck. This is it.
I should be over all the butterflies, but I'm into you. And baby, even on the worst nights, I'm into you.
All right, welcome to Barstool Breakdown. I'm Frankie, here with my co-host Jonathan. Jonathan, what a fucking week it's been, brother. How you doing?
Terrific, man. Yeah, we're recording on Championship Sunday because we've had some network issues, some time issues. Yeah, we're super late, but we decided that we had to record this week. I had to get something out because Barstool had a hell of a week. And let's just get right into it. Let's go to the top three. What do you got first?
So I took it back. There's obvious ones, I like to do my top three, right? We talked about the top three of Barstool, but this is Frankie's top three and Jonathan's top three. So my first thing, I wanted to make sure it was said and it was out there. Jerry bowled at 300. Don't forget.
Yeah, I had that on my list.
All right, good. I was going to say, because a lot of people are forgetting that with all the stuff going on this week. So he also said the Ben word, but that's because the freaking chat had to, mess with his head and whatever, and wasn't very happy about that. But we got by.
Yeah. As far as the 300 goes, huge accomplishment because, it's Wii Bowling and Bowling 300. But what I didn't like is like how he, Ryan comes in, stoked for
there
him,
was no
pumping him
emotion.
up, whatever. And no emotion out of JJ. He just is like, all right, I'm out of here. Like he seems to be like getting fed up with what he's doing. Like he's started this show, Jerry After Dark. They have over 100,000 subscribers now. And it seems like he's getting a little tired of it. I think someone asked, he was like, what was like the worst job you've ever done? And he answered this one, like what he's doing now.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with JJ. I hope that, he battles back and, finds his mojo again and he starts being that funny JJ and not like really down on himself, because he does have these great moments, the 300, the hole in one and all that stuff. I don't understand like why he's trying to plead for sympathy. Like you made it the chat show and now you're letting the chat get to you.
Yeah, well, he's such a good like bit guy. Like I said it in Silly Wednesday, and like I'm almost like proving myself wrong here, but I was like, dude, Jerry's not getting too phased by this. I'm sure he's a little phased, but like he plays along, like he's good at this shit. And the no emotion after the 300 was nuts. I mean, TJ said that the guy, took 2 days to do that, and he did it in like 3 hours. Like that's a huge accomplishment, even though it's something stupid. But you want to go back and forth, or you want me to just hit my list?
No, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and you keep rolling.
All right, yeah. So again, these are Frankie's top things, so I'm not going to be hitting some of the main things, I guess. But number 2 on my list was Anus. 2 episodes a week now. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's go. My favorite freaking podcast besides the Yak, pretty much. And we got 2 episodes a week now. Different cast of characters coming all the time. I DM Nikki Clicky a movie review. It was called Santa Shirtless or something like that. And he immediately responded. He's like, yep, this one will be next. I don't know if it really will or not, but it's just an insane. I gotta send you the picture and you should throw it up here while we're talking about it. It talks about like, when this guy goes to this orphanage and it's like this wild like thing that you read the blurb and you're like, what is this movie? So I hope they really do that. So that was amazing to me. And I'll just say my last one because it's probably one that you had too. Actually, you know what? I'll skip it because you probably have it. I'm going to skip over to my other one. I'm going to say Walk 122, I believe we're at this time. And Frank looks unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. I mean, you sent that picture of the group chat, the one that, Jenks tweeted. Yeah, it's insane what the transformation he's gone through. And I think we touched on this before, with TJ, Frank, like all these guys, like getting their mojo back, all that stuff. And yeah, Frank, his transformation is crazy. And then real quick about Anus, I've been behind a little bit on Anus, but they had a big week. They had Bachelor on, right? And they had Liam on. Shout out Liam. No context college football.
Wait till you hear that. Wait till you hear that episode, dude. He is a character, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah, Neil tweeted out that clip. He's like, I could sit here and watch this guy answer questions all day. So I think Stoolie Wednesday, he was also mentioning, like Neil also said, remind him to get Liam on. So hopefully we get to chat with him here soon. But yeah, he's a hell of a character, and the Anus Boys are back. Maybe they'll finally get some real show promotion, some actual sponsors on the show. Like I don't know if they're still using Dude Wipes or not, but I feel like Dude Wipes is made for that. It's called Anus. But yeah, the shout out to boys. That shit's awesome.
They lost that sponsorship. I don't know if they ever cleared this up, but I just recall, I think it was Nick during one of the ad reads was like, yeah, there's nothing gay about shoving something different besides toilet paper up your ass while they were doing the Dude Wipes ad. So,
that makes sense.
Yeah. But maybe they're back in good graces. I think they might be actually at this point.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's hope that this 2 shows a week, it really gets the Anus numbers up, man. I mean, Nick and KB back and forth. You can listen to those guys talk all day. The way that KB's brain works, and Nick being the wittiest, funniest guy of the company, coming up in his 1 year, like he's a content factory. Anything Nicky Clicky's on, you got to watch. I'll jump right into mine. I mean, I know you skipped over the big stuff because I have it on my list. I'll go ahead and start with let's see, the dozen drama. I feel like the week really started there. We had the Kirk trade that started it. Then Prez quits, starts the Triv League. Then a deal is offered for Kirk to be a 1 seed regardless of performance to retain Prez. And Jeff D'Lo lets him get away with it. Jeff D'Lo is getting bullied on his own trivia show. So it makes no fucking sense. You're letting Kirk Minahan run the show. So yeah, so now they get a fucking buy for like not even performance based. Like that's insane, absolutely insane. And it's something that's been done in the past. It was Gooch, right? He traded himself off his own team, or who was it?
Riggs.
Sorry, I don't know why I had Gooch in my head there, but yeah, Riggs traded himself off his own team. So yeah, so it's something that has happened before. Yeah, Gooch is behind the scenes trivia, right?
He produces the whole show. He was the one that was actually going to go. He told Dave
to go to Triv. That's why it was. Yeah, that's why it was in my head. But yeah, I mean, absolutely insane dozen drama this week. But now we got it all back. It seems like Prez is going to be in Vegas now, back with Clem. Also, shout out fucking Clem. That tweet after after Dave quit, he the Sopranos thing. The what? Yeah. So what? No fucking Ziti. Like fucking wonderful tweet. I'll try to put that up here too. Clem's a fucking man. Future guest of the show, by the way. We gotta lock it down, yes, but we've been in contact. I'll roll right into my next one. You got, Barstool Radio. So you start off the week with reviewing Bachelor and all this dumb shit. Like fucking, no one wants to watch that. We're not tuning into Barstool Radio to see you review the bios of the Bachelor talk. And like it seems like Keegs and Francis have just taken it. Like that's what Barstool Rundown's for. Like they go through like the big shit that's happening in pop culture and stuff like that. Barstool Radio, we want to see you guys get in the mud, get in the dirt, like do all that shit. It just doesn't make sense. And then you have Nate announce that he's doing Fridays, and then you have him and Keegs going at it, which I'll get into later, or one of us will, I'm sure.
Yep.
But yeah, it's fucking nuts. And then you get into Nate Fridays. I thought it was like Nate Fridays. The opening monologue I thought was like decent because he had the dog mask on and stuff, and that he was doing exactly what like Francis had advised him to do, what Dave had advised him to do, and then he takes the mask off, and then he just starts like he starts doing our show. Like, does he not realize that Barstool Breakdown exists? Come on now. Like that's our job. We're gonna break down Barstool.
Cool show, Nate. Hey, where'd you get that idea from?
Yeah, the coolest part about Nate Fridays is probably like his little logo was cool, and what's Dante mad about had a good like graphic too. But I really don't think like it wasn't like world dropping. And also, what the fuck is he talking about? That everything that he's on, he's the star. He was on Surviving. he was on Surviving Barstool for fucking 2 minutes, and he's like, and who stole the show? The dog. It's like, no, you didn't, bro. Everyone was happy as fuck when you got eliminated. It's like, finally, we don't have to listen to that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll get more into this later, but Dave is right. He's always fucking right. How do we not get this by now? Like, especially Nate. He's been there so long. Dave is always right. You're not a fucking
Right.
star. I'm sorry. You're not. Your fucking voice is annoying. Your whole demeanor and attitude is annoying. Like, if I met Nate, I would try to be nice and try to be cordial and be friends and whatever, just like I would with any other person at Barstool, because I fucking love that company. But if he just got even a little bit like he did towards Pat or towards Francis or towards Keegs to me, I'd be like, fuck this guy. I never want to talk to him again. He's
Right,
just
and
got that vibe and he just doesn't get it.
yeah, and Dave has mentioned it. He's like, Nate's tried this getting in front of the camera stuff before, and it just doesn't work out. You know, I am looking forward to see the Dave and the dog episode. Let's see like how that turns out. I don't know. Nate just, and he thinks like he's also like a superior like arguer, debater, or whatever. He's not. He falls into like the childhood, like the childish way of arguing, Lily Leagues and all that shit, and like just saying the same thing.
He's literally
over
the
and
I know
over.
you are, but what am I? Like, it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like
exactly.
his it's so childish. That was a perfect way to put it. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like in my head, I kept saying like, I know you are, but what am I? Like, it's just like, dude, like he was like leaning back with the mic, like it was like, dude, like you're playing the part that all of them are telling you to play, and you're acting like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I don't need to do that. It's like,
yeah,
you do, and even when you do, you're annoying. But
yeah, I won't spoil too much of like what we got coming up. But yeah, so that I guess that's two. If I had to pick a third, man, let's go with the Yak came up with maybe the best idea ever. Royal Rumble case race, which would be fucking incredible if they pull this off. They said like, they were going to try to make it happen in a week, which is just not feasible. Because getting all those comedians and stuff in there, but that would be absolutely electric if they get this. I've already been in TJ's DMs. He didn't answer, but I said, man, I'll drive down to Chicago. If you need a stoolie on there, I got you. And Sam's been waiting to be able to roll up on the Yak anyway. So yeah, exactly. But I feel like you're gonna get like a Barstool, one of those guys in there anyway. So I'm just trying to throw my name in the hat. But yeah, for my top three, I guess it would be that. It'd be the Royal Rumble case race at 3. You got Barstool Radio at 2, and then the dozen drama that kind of like stole the beginning of the week. So very dramatic. This is what we love about Barstool. This is the type of shit like we've been waiting for a little while now. You kind of haven't had that back and forth going on. And yeah, we love when shit blows up like this. It makes all us stoolies just, the group chat was popping off this week, and I loved every second of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, shout out the group chat. Shout out Neil for these sick ass hoodies, the Carhartt hoodies he made. We are stoolies. I don't know if you can see it perfect or not, but whatever. I'll cut it in there. Stoolie, and then shout out Buddha Ben for the fire hats. I ordered one. He sent me 3. Friend of the show, Buddha Ben. Go support the boy Buddha Ben because we are all Buddha's buds.
Damn, I got to get me a hat then, dude. I asked him back in the day. I was like, hey, if you want to support a father of 2 married guy with a podcast, I'll wear your hat on it. So I guess I should just go ahead and buy one.
Yeah, I bought one, and then I DM'd. I was like, I'm gonna try to get more or whatever. And then I mentioned, Stool Breakdown. I was like, if you're trying to get like a low level sponsorship, we're with you. Almost 1,000 views on the Nadu video. So shout out you guys for the support.
I know. Look at that shit. All right. Well, that'll lead us right into the Barstool Beast of the Week.
I'm the best in the office. I am the best one here.
My Beast of the Week is Liam Blutman.
Okay, I like it. I don't know if it's that obscure. He's been all over the place.
Well, no, for sure. I just meant like, the Beast for us has usually been like, Jerry hitting the 300 or this doing that, or, like these things that are like these big things. And like, for me, it was just Liam just being like the new guy and just kind of stealing the show. Like on the Yak, he came on, hilarious. And it's like, it's so dry and like, it's funny. Like, it's like, are you laughing at him? You're laughing with him. It's like, no, we're laughing with him because he's saying these hilarious things that in this tone and in this cadence that you're like, what the fuck is this guy's deal? You know what I mean? He's just so funny. He wrote, or his dad wrote Boy Meets World, but he hasn't watched it. Like, he's just like the things that he's done is just so funny. He was hilarious on Anus too. I know you haven't heard it yet, but he gets a turtle cake for his birthday every year.
I saw that clip.
24 or something now, or whatever it is.
Yeah, they asked him if he was going to keep getting it. He's like, yeah, you can't get rid of the turtle cakes. I hope that goes forever.
Dude, So funny. So yeah, I just, I had to give him a shout out because he came on Stoolie Wednesday, I think, too, and was, shooting the shit with us. And then he was just like blew up right after that. And I was just like, who the fuck is this account? Whatever it was, the no context college football, whatever. And then I remember Neil saying, like, oh yeah, you just got a job at Barstool, right? And I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Right.
1 week later, he's the beast of the week. So shout out Blevin.
He's an absolute beast, well-deserved beast. He's electric. He is one of those guys that speaks in memes. Like the zesty sauce clip on the fucking yak was incredible. It's like, ooh, zesty. I've never heard of that one before. Like
I've never heard of the zesty sauce.
Right.
Before.
The guy's speaking with molasses in his mouth, but I'm there for every second of it. It's fucking amazing. Rolling right into my Barstool Beast of the Week. It is a 3-headed monster in Frank and the Frankettes. They have broken the dozen scoring record. We already mentioned Frank. You mentioned Anus and how they're up to 2 episodes a week. Frank with his weight loss. But yeah, broke the dozen scoring record, 21 points, which I don't think if that's ever going to get beat. Like that might be like Big Cat's record on the Yak Gauntlet. That's going to be one of those that's just impossible or tough to get to. But yeah, shout out the fucking boys because that hell of a week for him. Frank on his journey, Anus doing their thing, and then why not go and break a scoring record? So they're rolling into Vegas hot. We will be there front and center, like ready to go. Watch the boys get after it and some trivia in Las Vegas. Yeah, I'm super excited for that trip now, especially with them coming in on a heater.
Man, you just made me remember something that happened today. Happened yesterday, I guess. My custom Maresh jersey that I was going to be wearing to this in support of Frank and the Frankettes, show delivered at front porch, and I was like, yes, oh my god, yes. It's not there. So
you got stolen.
I'm be calling USPS tomorrow, but whoever the fuck stole my custom Maresh Toronto Raptors jersey, I'm coming for you.
Yeah, fuck those guys. That guy, he's got a special place in hell reserved for him. Whoever stole that, that's Frankie's Maresh jersey. Shout out Maresh, everyone's favorite Indian.
I hope it was just like given to a different house, but like I looked fucking. I was in like my underwear this morning, walking out to my like mailbox, being like, "What is happening? This says it was delivered. Where is it?" Like it was
right.
So yeah, hopefully we'll have that by Vegas.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, that'll lead us right into our Barstool Least of the Week.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
Well, so like I said earlier, you'll hear about it more later. My least of the week is Jeff D-Low. I mean, I felt like I was doing everything I could to promote the dozen. I was doing the fastest 3 minutes, fastest 2 minutes, whatever the hell I was calling it, of the dozen, week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, doing as much as I could, trying to get the points, so I can, write jokes about it and stuff like that. And then I got told like, oh yeah, I'm not allowed to share dozen information or talk about it or whatever. Not me personally, but from somebody that I was speaking to about dozen stuff, and never got a retweet from Jeff D. Even Gooch, which is weird because he's been cool, but I was just like, what the fuck, guys? Like, I'm doing my best here, trying to get some promo and some jokes out for you. But so that's not obviously the reason, but that was partially why this is like personal to me too, because it's like, all right, well, I was almost rooting for the Triv League because that would have been fucking awesome. Money, cash prizes, every like game, bonuses for all the different stuff. That would have been sick. But I am happy. I love the dozen. I just don't like the fact that Kirk runs the show, Dave runs the show, Brandon runs the show. It's like, whose fucking show is this? Like, it's your show, Jeff. Like, have some fucking balls. And I know he's gonna, even if he ever responded to this, he'd be like, well, I did this and we did that, and what about this? And he'd find some stupid shit to nitpick about, whatever, just like he did with Dave. But Dave did the same thing that I would do. Dave found, he's like, you're talking about fucking Reegs? You're talking about this? Like, it's a different situation when you got Kirk or you got a top player or a top team that's swapping. Like, you're basically saying right now, like, you are fucking either the Yak or the Frankettes out of their 4 seed unless, experts lose a game or ZD loses a game or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, one of those, ZD, experts, Frankettes, and the Yak, those are the top 4. One of those guys are getting fucked now because Minahan's team's taking that slot. So he'd at least.
Yeah, Yeah, no issues with that. Jeff, he's getting bullied around, pushed around in his own league, but and now there's like a players association, which is probably necessary because the guy that's commissioned the league doesn't he's got his hands full. He can't control his players, he can't control the league. So well deserved least for Jeff D. And I'm right there with you. But I'm gonna go ahead and make for my Barstool least of the week. I think it's Francis Ellis. I don't think his content has been that great this week. I think him being on radio and like getting bullied by Nate, like Nate had a great little monologue about fuck Francis. And like what is this bagel videos that he's doing? That would piss me off if I was in New York office on Bagel Day and he's scooping out all the bagels and all that stuff. I don't think he's been on a heater. I think like a lot of the stoolies that we know too have seen like we don't really get Francis right now. So, but yeah, getting bodied by Nate is tough. So that's gonna go ahead and make Francis my least of the week.
I can completely agree with this because of the fact that Nate did kind of just shred him up, and then he brought bagels in, which was so weird, and then scooped them and ate the scoopings. I don't know, it was very weird, but you got to give flowers when flowers are due. He had the quote of the week when he said that Nate is like the autistic kid that comes in and hits a bunch of threes and then thinks he's going to start the next year. Perfect representation of Nate. So although I agree with the least, he definitely got that quote out there, and that was one of the best, I think, of the week. So, but after that, like you said, Nate did just shred him up like over and over, and he ended up buying bagels for the entire office. So clearly Nate won that one, but perfect quote in my opinion for Francis right there.
Yeah, I mean, he catches some dubs. He is a funny guy, but I just think, I think that Nate won that little back and forth that they had for sure. And that's a tough look getting beat up by Nate.
All right, well, that'll lead us perfectly right into our Barstool beef of the week.
Fuck you! Well, fuck you! Dude! Oh! My God! What? Brandon,
I mean, I think it's a pretty obvious beef. So I'll go right into it. We had a great little blog wars between Ohio State and Keegs. So, and I mean, it was the beef of the week because he came out calling her lazy, saying that he had our blogs listed. Like she said that she blogs on Fridays, which she doesn't. She hasn't. And I mean, she had like one in the last like 8-9 months, whatever. And he's talking about how he's a part-time employee. He's out blogging or whatever. And he called her lazy. He called her out on her bullshit. And then she comes back like really just like personally attacking him for his looks and like no wonder you're a part-time guy, whatever. And then again, he comes in and bodies. He's like, you're literally making my point for me. I'm out working you and I'm part-time. I have a full-time teaching gig. Like, but yeah, that was by far like
shout out teachers.
Who?
Teachers.
Oh yeah, shout out
Me.
teachers. Sure. Yeah. Shout out Frankie. Little self-suck right there. But yeah, Ohio State completely bodied Keegs in that blog war. Neil quoted the blog and tweeted, said, "Hello, officer. I'd like to report a murder," because he gave her the work. He's a solid fucking blogger. I know he's pretty niche with just Ohio stuff, but yeah, he gave it to Keegs, and she didn't even like try to respond to the last one. She's like, this is like useless for me to respond to, which is it's not. You
can't respond when you're dead.
Yeah. Take an L. Exactly. Right.
Yeah, it's over. I mean, that was literally, I think someone sent it in the group chat after the blog. It was just the Vince Carter. Like, it was done. You know what I mean? Like, and I hate Ohio State. You know that. So for me to just be sucking Ohio State, that's a definite, that he absolutely destroyed her if I am fully on his side here. And I couldn't be more on his side, as like I said, as a teacher, as like a guy that's, obviously we don't work for Barstool, but we do like part-time stuff like for kind of Barstool breakdown, and it's like I just feel him, like his feelings like towards that. Like you look at them and you're just like, you guys have it the fucking best. Go the fuck to the office on Friday. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
lazy.
Francis, saying he writes at home and stuff like that, that actually makes sense to me. But like people like, I don't want to even say it on here. God forbid anyone ever hears it. But people like Keegs and, look at Vibs. Vibs is at the fucking office every day. He's there, dude. You know what I mean? And people talk shit about, oh, where's whatever the fuck, lowering the bar bin. Why is there this truth or puke thing now? What the fuck? It's because he's trying, dude. He's doing his thing. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I
Yeah.
know I'm sure Kelly's got her cutting fucking whatever shit, but whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Who do you got for your beef? Are you just doubling down?
No, so I actually had the dog versus Keeg/Francis as like a backup, but my beef of the week was really just Dave versus Jeff and Kirk. It was just
Right,
that whole, or just like Kirk versus it was that whole drama in the dozen. I just thought that really, in my opinion, just because just the way I see Barstool, the Barstool Radio beef was cool and all, but like it got outshined by the dozen. You know what I mean? Like the radio was
Absolutely.
going to shit, and then Dave gets this, quits and gets this beef with Jeff, and then all of a sudden radio blows up. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like you said, they were talking about fucking the Bachelor bios, and then all of a sudden everyone's tuning in because Dave's on, and they're talking about this and that. You saw Big Cat, dude. Big Cat had kind of a little arrogance to him when he was talking, and I mean that in like a way that like he's like, yeah, we fucking work in Chicago. Like, sure, we have a nice
Yeah.
office, but we're fucking working. You know what I mean? And like, he was just saying shit that I was like, ooh, those are little jabs that like, I don't know if they see that or not. Like, he was like, yeah, you could just work on Fridays. Like, he just like
Right.
the way he said things, I was like, oh man, he definitely is giving them a little bit of business there. So,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely. And
my
it's
beef
well
was-
deserved.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
absolutely
mean,
it's well
agreed.
deserved. But yeah, but radio was getting better because of that drama going on, and that's like what they should be covering though, like the shit that's going on in Barstool. Like let's talk about like more shows and stuff like that, like clips and stuff. But yeah, I mean, tremendous beef all through the week. Dave releasing videos and going back at Kirk and Jeff Dulo, and it was just I love shit like that, and that's what makes us Stoolies, and that's what we're here for. That's why we got Barstool Breakdown, so we can break that shit down for you and talk about talk about all that stuff. Sorry, I'm getting a text.
No, you're
I'm
good.
getting
It's just
it.
to me, like you think about it, like if one person can listen to the show and be like, oh shit, I didn't see that video, and then they go watch it, and then they're like, oh, that was hilarious. I'm glad I listened to this podcast, whatever. Like that's all that we do this shit for. You know what I mean? Like, and there's shit we're gonna miss. Like one of our episodes, I can't remember which one it was. Someone commented something like, oh, what about this, whatever. And I was like, I didn't even know what they were talking about. Then I went and watched it, and I was like, holy shit, that was hilarious. Like, how did I miss that? You know what I mean? So Stoolies helping Stoolies, man. You gotta love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Great beef. And I hope there's more to come from it. I hope there's more to come like during this week. I hope they keep that fire. Barstool had some fucking fire this week, and that's what we're here for. That's why we love that shit. So yeah, great stuff.
Yeah, would love to lead that right into Vegas week. It'd be amazing. All right, no comment of the week this week. There was too many good ones, and we both don't have one that we're going to pick. So shout out to everyone that commented on Barstool shit this week, but that's going to be the abbreviated show this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We'll get another one out next week, and then we'll be in Vegas where hopefully we get you some fucking awesome content. We're hoping to get you some stuff throughout the week and load it up on here on Twitter. So give us a follow if you haven't. Subscribe.
As of right now, we have a planned guest for next week. So and we've got a couple responses. For future guests. So stay tuned with the breakdown. Continue to support. We love all the Stoolies. We appreciate the support. Like I said, to almost get 1,000 views on one of our interviews, it's pretty humbling because we're just a couple of jackasses that love to talk about Barstool. If it's 20 or 200. We're still going to be here grinding out because we know there are a select few that enjoy the content we're putting out. So appreciate the support. Hit that like and subscribe button. It is always good to be on Barstool Breakdown.
Absolutely. Viva.
It's the Barstool Breakdown. Go ahead and give it to me. Breakdown. Let's listen to those guys. Happening at Barstool this week. Breakdown is part time. It's part time.